Social-emotional learning supports both children and adults. An effective approach to school-wide SEL provides regular opportunities for staff to cultivate their own social, emotional, and cultural competence, and to develop a sense of community.
When we think about adult SEL, we're talking about the adult's own social and emotional and cultural competence. Do they have opportunities to reflect on their own self-awareness, their own bias, their own identity, their own thoughts and feelings and understanding of who they are and how they fit in? And we're also thinking about opportunities that they have to reflect and build skills for stress management, for relationship skills.
At the Facing History New Tech High School, all educators attend training on social-emotional learning.
As adults, we went through training, so you will hear teachers say, I have to have a restorative conversation with Miss So-and-so because we had words, or we're not getting along or something like that. So it's modeling it with each other. So when you're doing it with the students, it's more natural, it's more organic. The other piece too is kids see when adults aren't getting along.
Some of the research has really shown us that when teachers have positive social and emotional competencies, they're more likely to be able to manage their stressors in the classroom context. They are able to provide more student choice and voice and opportunity within the classroom context. They are better classroom managers. They are actually able to manage their own stress broadly, right? So they're less likely to burn out, which has huge implications for teacher well-being, for teacher shortages and reductions and the like. So teacher SEL not only affects their students, but also has a broader context.
Principal Mark Ingoglia tried a new approach to modeling collaboration for students. He moved all the teachers' desks into one teacher workroom. This expanded the opportunities for the teachers to collaborate with one another and practice the same relationship-building skills they tried to promote with students.
We have a teacher room where all their desks are. Sure, one teacher only teaches in one room, but when they're not teaching, they're in that teacher workroom. We do our best to have teams of teachers off at the same time. They all have the exact same 80 freshmen, so they're able to collaborate every day if they want. If you're sitting in a room and something's bothering you or you need help or something, you're going to ask somebody in the room.
At the district level, Cleveland's Humanware Social-Emotional Learning Department supports SEL in the schools. Their meetings begin with stress management exercises like breathing, centering themselves, and welcoming one another.
I've adapted our Humanware Executive Committee meetings that we have once a month. We now sit in a circle, so we're modeling that good circle behavior. Everyone has a voice in those meetings for sharing and bringing up issues of concern. Several years ago, we adopted what's called Communicate with Heart from the Cleveland Clinic. It was their customer experience program. And once it came to us, I kind of moved that to customer and colleague experience. Every staff member in our district is trained in Communicate with Heart. So it is a way to approach people when you meet them for the first time, and a way to approach people when there's a problem between them that needs to be worked through.
Unrelenting stress can lead to teacher burnout. When staff are engaged in working together around shared problems of practice and providing feedback with one another, they are better equipped to support learning outcomes. One way to support one another is through notes, bulletin boards, and positive talk in staff lounges.
If staff does not have a voice, it can be very depressing, it can be defeating and deflating. And I never want them to go through that, okay? I never want anybody to not feel positive about what they're doing. Being a building principal, it's fantastic, but you know what? Whether I'm talking to somebody that might work in the cafeteria, a crossing guard, somebody in the office, somebody that's in a classroom, instructional support, classroom teachers, we are all here together, okay? So we want to make sure we support each other. So I'm really big on building a solid school culture. And if somebody's down and out, what can we do to help?